Yet another wild week in the Big 12. Some absolute shocking performances, shocking loss, and close victories. We're going to break it all down and give you our Big 12 power rankings. It's PHNX Sun Devils. I'm Eric Ruby. That's Anthony Totri. And let's just dive right into it. Totri, non-con play is over.
Thank God.
And now we enter Big 12 play, and the conference is not exactly how everybody expected them to end up after those first 3 weeks.
100%. But through the first couple of weeks of the season, I've been pretty consistent with who the number one team is in my power rankings. That doesn't change this week. It is still the Iowa State Cyclones. This is a team, I know they were maybe on the rocks a little bit this past weekend, but at the end of the day, they got the job done. And fresh off that, there's actually no movement from 1 to 4 for me. I've still got Devin Dampier and the Utah Utes at 2. Texas Tech and the Red Raiders are at 3. A really interesting game this week, 2 and 3. That should be a fun one.
Yeah.
I've got the Baylor Bears led by Sawyer Robertson still at number 4, and they're taking on number 5 here in the power rankings. That's Sam Leavitt, Jordyn Tyson, Raleek Brown. Congratulations on the triplets once again. Arizona State moving up to number 5. We saw a hint of what this Arizona State team can be here in 2025, and it is really special on the offensive and defensive side of the ball. Jordan Crook, linebacker for the Sun Devils, getting named Big 12 Defensive Player of the Week, but still a lot of room to grow for Kenny Dillingham's squad. Moving on, I've got TCU. They fall at 6. They got the job done, but at the end of the day, Abilene Christian, I believe, still put up 21 points in that one. BYU didn't play last week. They fall a spot. Arizona, they get a big win over the worst team in this conference in Kansas State. So I do have them moving up to number 8, which if we would have said that the Wildcats are starting conference play at this point in the power rankings, I think Wildcat fans will be pretty happy. I got the Cougs. They move up a spot. They're at number 9. Really sneaky team heading into conference play led by Connor Weigman. Watch out for Willie Fritz. Kansas Jayhawks, they didn't play last week. They stay put at 10. Rip Sorsby, not to be confused for the regular version of Brendan Sorsby, was an absolute maniac. Dropped 70 points. The Cincinnati Bearcats did this past weekend.
Northwestern State.
Doesn't matter.
It kind of matters.
Yeah, where is it? Where's Northwestern?
I don't want to say. I'm not allowed to say where schools are.
Not allowed to say where schools are.
I'm not allowed to say where schools are.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, Cincinnati at that 11 spot. I do have Deion's Buffs at number 12, a team that doesn't like winning football games in the evening. A team that also still at this point in the year doesn't really know who their starting quarterback is. If you got 3 quarterbacks, you don't have a starter. West Virginia, they're up 1 spot, or up a couple spots, excuse me. They're at number 13, picking up a big win over Pitt this past weekend. UCF falls. They didn't play this weekend. Oklahoma State falls. And then, of course, the worst team in this conference, like we all predicted at the start of the season, that is Avery Johnson's Kansas State Wildcats.
Yeah, even the coaches. I'm pretty sure the Big 12 coaches will actually pick Kansas State to be the most likely to play in the Big 12 championship game.
Tough.
Bad. Really, really bad season
Not good.
for Kansas
Not
State.
good.
That Arizona game was ugly on both sides of the ball. We have some similarities. We also have some differences. So let me get into my Big 12 power rankings. Iowa State at 1, Utah at 2. That stays the same. Texas Tech jumps up to 3. Simply because, and I give a lot of credit here based off of strength of opponent.
Yeah.
Technically a better team in Oregon State than Stanford, right? Samford, sorry. So Texas Tech at 3, Baylor at 4. They swap places. TCU goes up to 5. Houston jumps up to 6.
Wow, big jump.
A big jump from Houston. Last week I had Houston at 10. They are still undefeated, and they took down a Big 12 team in Colorado. So I got to give them some credit at least for doing that. One of the better wins of the weekend. Why are you giving me that?
Just the question everybody wants to know is Eric Ruby frisky for Fritz? That's the question.
Well, see, that's flipping it around.
Okay, my bad.
I am pretty high on Houston though. Right after Houston, I do have ASU that jumps up a spot after they lost in week 2. Big win, but I can't put them ahead of an undefeated team in Houston. I can't do that.
I hear you.
I got U of A also at 8. They move up a spot for me. Beating the worst team in the conference is still a win.
U of A is undefeated.
Yeah, U of A is
undefeated. Yeah, but it's different. Yeah, it's different.
Fresh off your comment, by the way.
It's different. It's different. Yeah, that's a tough back to back. These Big 12 power ranking videos, not good for your boy. Right after U of A, I've got BYU at 9 after an off week. That's just the the downside of not playing a week. Their power rankings week by week. They can
Also
certainly
undefeated.
jump back up. Also undefeated, but 2-0 beating Portland State
Yeah.
and Stanford. Kansas also did not play this week, so they jumped down to 10. Sorry, it's just the nature of the beast. Cincinnati jumps up to 11. A decent little jump by 1 for Cincinnati. They had a big win over Northwestern State. West Virginia, with, I believe, my biggest jump besides Houston, beating Pitt in a rivalry game. Good bounce back for them after losing to Ohio last week. UCF doesn't play. They
Also
stay at
undefeated.
13. Also undefeated. 2 wins, though. Oklahoma State, 14, not undefeated. Colorado at 15, they drop down, and Kansas State at 16.
I
So,
love it, man.
put my logic aside. That is what that's what I think as far as my Big 12 power ranking.
Most exciting game you're looking forward to this weekend in the conference?
It's easy.
Is it Tech and Utah, or is it Baylor and ASU?
I mean, obviously, we're excited for Baylor ASU.
Yeah.
Right? But it's Tech Utah.
yeah, objectively.
I mean, objectively speaking, like big picture perspective, following logic, which is something
Undefeated
I'm struggling
teams.
with. Yeah,
Yeah.
undefeated teams. Man, I hate myself. I'm hungry, guys. But Utah Tech is going to be a pretty big game determining who really is going to be in that top spot in the conference. And those are 2 teams that ASU plays, relatively quickly following the week 1 matchup against Baylor. So that's going to be interesting.
Yeah.
New part of this segment. A segment within a segment, if you will. Shane's banger of the week.
Ooh, okay.
For true Big 12 football sickos. West Virginia at Kansas. That one is going to slap. Rich Rod has them boys right, dude.
I mean, that's Ohio.
I think
last
Kansas
week.
gets it done. I think Kansas wins that football game.
I think Kansas wins too.
You're riding with Rich Rod? Wow. I mean, he loves feral people. He loves the Mountaineers.
I'm horrified of them.
Wow. I mean, that's mean.
No, it's not.
Dude,
It's not.
if you're a feral person, please, we're not always like this.
No. Hit the like
If
button.
you're a feral person, how are you watching this?
Yeah, Shane. Well, Shane's rooting for you. Shane's rooting for you.
No, I'm not.
Wow.
He's rooting for the Mountaineers.
Wow.
Look, guys, end of the comments. Let us know what you think, what you agree with, what you disagree with
Please be nice.
on this week of our PHNX Sun Devils Power Rankings. And, of course, we'll see you next